The learnings of Nishmas Etta Ahuva Bava Metzia Periches Mishna Aleph. We previously learned that a shayil is chayiv even on einsin, but the Mishnah over here tells me that he's going to become pater on einsin and also in Gniva Aveda. Pshia is a machlokes. If b'shas he borrowed the item that he borrowed, the owner of the item was also doing something for him, either b'derech she'ela or b'derech schiras. He was getting paid for it also. So if he was shayil the par, if he borrowed the par and the owner was doing something for him, shal ba'alei ima, or sachar ba'alei ima, or he was paying the owner to do something for him. The Mishnah says it doesn't have to be at the same time. Hu adin, if it was shal es habaylim or sachar, if he first the bailim were doing something for him, or he was paying the bailim to do something for him. Ula achakach shalos hapara, and the she'elos hapara happened afterwards. So either if it happened at the same time, or if the she'elos hapara happened after the she'elos habailim, v'meisa, then you're going to be pater shenemer and balav imo lo yishalem. If the owner is with him, that you don't pay. Taisus and Daf Tzadik Vavam and Aleph says that this is a chiddush. There's no svara to say she'ela b'mayim will be pater. And Taisus therefore says that you can't expound the chiddush to other places, like we have the concept of ein lechaboya lechidusha. Aval, the Mishnah says shalos hapar v'achakach shalos habaylim oisachram v'meisa chayiv. If you first borrow the par and then only afterwards you ask the bailim to do something for you, or you paid the bailim, then you'll be chayiv. Shenemer, as the pasuk says, ba'olav ein imoy shalom yishalom. If the owner is not with him, you'll be pater. Just interesting, the Gemara says the case that if a person wants to borrow something and be pater, it's a good idea to ask the owner of the object to b'shas he's giving you the item, or before, ashkayamaya, do you mind getting me a drink of water? So now it's she'ela b'baylam. The Gemara says, if the owner is a smart guy, so he'll say, you know what, first I'll lend you the para, like the Sefer of the Mishnah, let it be like that. Once you have the para, then I'll get you a drink of water. So then it won't be she'ela b'baylam, and if an einus happens, then the she'el will be chayiv. Mishnah Beis, Hashayos HaPara. If someone borrows a para, Sha'ol Chatzi Hayom V'Sachar Chatzi Hayom. If he either borrows it for half a day and rents it for half a day, Sha'ol Hayom V'Sachar L'Moichar. He borrows it for today and he rents it for tomorrow. Or there were two paras, Sachar Achatz V'Shal Achatz. One was B'She'ela and one was B'Skiris. So in all these cases, these three cases, there's a combination of She'ela and Sechiris, V'Mesa, and now the para dies. Amashal Omer She'ula Mesa, the Mashal, the owner says it was the one that was borrowed that died, and therefore even though it died, which we said before is an Einus, still you're chayiv. Or B'Yom She'haisa She'ula Mesa, it was on the day that it was borrowed that it died. Or B'Shah She'haisa She'ula Mesa, in the case that it was Chatzi Hayom, it was during the half part of the day that was She'ela, and therefore you're chayiv. V'aloymer, and the Shayil says, any day I don't know, chayiv, he's chayiv. So it sounds like this Mishnah is a typical example of bari v'shema, bari adaf. But the Gemara is madche that we're talking about, that it's a case there was anyhow shuas moedim b'mixes over here, that on half of it he said that he was chayiv, and it was only on this half that the Mishnah is discussing was only half of the story. On that half of the story, he's a eni yedeya, and therefore, since he was already a moedim b'mixes, and on half he's a eni yedeya, you say mitech she'eni yachal u'shava mishalim. But from here, you don't have a raya that bari v'shema bari adav. The second case of the Mishnah is haseicher omer sechura mesa, or b'yom sha'isa schura mesa, or b'shah sha'haya schura mesa. So over here, the bari is the person that's renting it. He's a bari that it was the schura and the mesa that he's pater, or the day or the time, and therefore he's pater. V'halo omer, and the tevei over here, eni yedeya, he's the owner of the para does not know. So then pater, then you're going to be pater. This is not going to be a chiyuv shvuah if there's no tvias bari against you. The third case of the Mishnah is that they're both a bari. Ze'omer she'ula v'ze'omer schura. So it's a bari v'bari. So over here we say, Yishava ha'seicher she'schura mesa, that the seicher has to swear that it was the schura one that died, and it'll be pater. So if there was a Shavuos Moed B'Miksos over here, so then I understand why there's a Chi of Shavuot and why he would have to swear, and after he swears, he's Pater. But the Gemara asks, according to the other man, the Amar, if it was just a regular case of Bari V'Shema, the Reisha in the Mishnah, and there was no other Shavuos Moed B'Miksos over here, why would there be a Shavuot? I'm being Tevea you that you should pay the Shayel, and you're patering to me and saying that it was the Seicher. So it's Mashatan, Oloi Haidoloi, Mashahaidoloi Loitana. The Gemara says that it was Ayidei Gilgul Shavuot. The last case of the Mishnah is if both of them are Shema, so then Yachloiku, and the Mishnah says this is going like Sumchis, and Mammon Hamoto Besafik is Chokin. According to the Chachamim, you would say Amoitzim Mechaver of Haraya. And therefore, the Nitva, the Shayel Seicher, would swear what he says, and he would be Pater. He would swear that he's a Ini Yedea, basically, in this case, and he'd be Pater.